Then here, I'll just get a little bit in the middle. There you go. You can use that if you want to. This is for Andrea. Yes, you need this hard for Christmas. Yeah, so. All right, let's give him some confidence, everybody. Yay! All right.
Look at your father, a pastor.
That's right. Do you see him in the camera? I think he's in the camera, right?
Yes, yes.
Good? All right. Nice. All right, we're all set. Go ahead, sir.
Hello everyone.
Hello, good morning.
In my experience, I am psychology, Colombia. I work in a public service company. The name is ESL. In the human resource position, and the company had a restructuring and expanding staff and hiring 68 people. New employees. My boss gave me an instruction to be careful and review the medical restrictions. But with the stress of doing the hiring, I didn't pay much attention on the details of the workers. I had a personal restriction of not lifting any weight. This person was a problem for the company because he had bad intentions in being hired and going on disability after disability, always. At what point I felt frustrated and worried because my profession and position is my responsibility. In conclusion, we managed to get the worker to review, and this was one less problem. But the experience is it's a problem at the moment, but after learning, be careful with the takes in all process.
I'd forgotten you are a psychologist. You are, huh? Okay. All right. Good point. What I basically heard from you is that there was some specific details about about a patient that someone didn't notice and made a wrong decision. You know, I was listening to how you were saying it, so I was just a couple of things like I am a psychology. Psychology is the profession. So you're a psychologist. The IST at the end. So,
Okay.
Yeah, that type of thing. I think first of all, I was able more or less to follow your story. I think the main thing I was listening for, your main challenge, it's not pronunciation here and there, but it's prepositions, yeah. So prepositions that if you'd say, I didn't pay it much attention in, it's really I don't pay much attention to, right? That sort of thing. Yeah, and this person had a problem or it's probably with the company. That's the main thing. Yeah, prepositions, that's it. But other than that, good story. Yeah, all right. I made this for you here, so you understand if you want to. All right, so we've got number 2 coming up, y'all. Give her a hand. Yeah, all right. Give her a hand, everybody. Woo! It's hard to get in front of people. You can use this if you want to. You don't have to, though. All right. Forgive me, it's Maria Isabella. Correct. All right.
Hi, everyone. Hi, everyone. I feel like you're nervous. I know it's so really to say here, but it's part of the process. And I was talking about good listening. Being a good listener is important because it helps to understand other speakings, and you can get better relationships and get around mistakes. It's important to also it's important because help maybe solving problems or maybe get a good advice. And you need to take careful and you need to good listener for help other people maybe. For example, one day I worked on a big project and with workers, and all of us have good big ideas and an interesting ideas, but one of them, the name is Raquel, is a friend, is my big friend right now. She has a good idea for the project, but while she was explaining the idea, I didn't pay attention to her because I am concentrated, I am focused on my own idea because I thought that the idea is the best for me. Later, when we work or we follow the instruction the project, I realized that the idea it was bad because the idea was mistake, and my coworkers follow me, and they have the same mistake. And after that, Raquel explained us the idea, her idea, and the project. The idea was very well, and we got finished the project on time. What is the experience? Well, my experience taught me that being a good listener is important for cooperation, for get around mistake, and understand that people want to say.
All right. Cool. Go your hand, everybody. Yeah. Oh, you want to volunteer next? Okay. I'm going to try to give some brief feedback to everybody. What I liked about a lot of what you're saying there. Very, very good. Strong handle on. Gives a strong sense of verb tense. You were keeping past tense, present tense. Most of the time, that was good. In fact, there's one moment you were saying, while she was explaining this, I was this. You know, two past progressive things. Anyway, that's good because that's kind of tricky to communicate, like two past progressive things. While she was doing this, I was doing this, and later I was doing it. So your verb tense was really strong. I think just occasionally you were, say we got finished the project on time, finished past tense, but that's no big deal. Rachel, oh yeah, this is something I noticed Spanish speakers say sometimes. Rachel, explain us. All right, this is weird because right?
It's weird. What is it?
Explain to us.
Explain to us.
So I know. So the deal is why is it to us? Why? Well, I know probably in Spanish, explain can go straight to a person, right?
Yep.
Yeah. However, no. In English, we use the word explain, and what comes right after it is an idea. She explained, this, to us. You'll always like an indirect object. It's kind of a weird word. Yeah. If you say she explained to us, that has a maybe different meaning. So, yeah. Anyway, FYI, just to us. For some reason,
I can say explain it to us.
Beautiful. Yeah. That flows so much smoother in my American ears. It's a weird thing about the word explain in English, but other than that, it helps us to understand others' speakings, words or something maybe. Anyway, just a different phrasing than I would occasionally. All right, y'all. So those of y'all who just come in. You're being live streamed on YouTube right now. Yeah, I'm live streaming you on YouTube right now. If you would prefer that your face not be on a video, I'll cover it up. I'll just like that. Okay. It is video is going to be set to unlisted, so no one will see it unless it's you guys. I'll send you an email link. Okay. But I wanted you guys to have a recording of your presentation. Send it back home. Look what I did, Mom. Yeah. I didn't do it yesterday. Oh, she's disappointed. I wasn't on YouTube. Yeah, I know. I had thought about it. I just didn't have a chance to. There's 3 of you that will not be on the internet.
It's okay. We can have it.
Awkward. My bad. All right. We need another volunteer. A lot of y'all are eager. I got your email. I downloaded it. It's all good. You want to go next? All right, let's do it. Okay, Miss Johanna. She's got a couple more. Yeah, why not?
Oh my God.
Okay, I apologize. You're right. You're right. You were next. Thank you, Belen. You did volunteer? Yes, I was. I just forgot. Okay. All right, y'all. Good. Okay. Good. No problem. There. You're already on the internet. There you go. All right. No problem at all.
Hi guys, my name is Joanna Serrano. Today I want to talk about some benefits when the people are listening. Can the picture? Okay. The first one, people come to build trust and strong relationship. Can help you to resolve conflicts. Prevent you from missing important information when you are talking with the people or communicate with them. Enable you to identify or anticipate problems. Help you to build more knowledge when you pay attention to people, what they are talking about. You can to improve your knowledge when you are focused on them, what they are talking about. Empower you as a good leader. And today, yes please, I want to share with you some tips in order to improve your, to good a good listener. First of all, pay attention, make sure to clarify what you understand, be open, ask a question about what the people are talking, be safe, don't be defense, be conscious of your body language, paraphrase for confirmation, because sometimes the people that don't understand the thing that another person are talking, so it's good to paragraph what you understand in order to clarify if you are okay when you whatever you are understanding. In conclusion, the next is obviously be honest when you are talking with the people. I think that is one important.
Yeah.
In conclusion, listening skills are essential in a personal and professional role to be successful. Effective listening helps to build a strong relationship, improve problems, increase productivity, and avoid miscommunication. I want to share with you guys some experience, a personal experience that I had with my daughter. She was in that time 8 years old, and she came to me when I was very busy and I was in a computer, and she said, "Mom, I need a map for school." And I say her, "Yes, okay, I will buy that for you." When the day that she need that map, she said, "Mom, what happened with the map?" And I give her a map. And she said, "But what's going on? It's a Colombian map." So I realized that in that moment I wasn't a good listener, because I didn't focus on her, but she told me in that moment. So it was a funny, confused, misunderstand, because I bought a mop, like to clean.
I thought that's what you said.
Yeah, and she needs a Colombian mop.
Yeah.
For the class.
Wow.
That was not the
Okay, all right. Yeah. Is that it, sir? Okay, all right, give her a hand, everybody. Yay. That's funny. Because I actually wrote down mop and map. Oh, I bet you didn't. No, you intentionally said it that way. I got you. Like a mop. Y'all didn't catch that. Mop is something you clean the floor with. Map. Short A sound. Oh, yeah, you're good. Yeah. So, hey, well organized. I think these are helpful for us to follow along, especially if there's a lot of details and stuff there. I was gonna say, I probably, yeah. So I guess I heard it a couple times, maybe even before, using the word talk and speak, listen and hear. Yeah, sometimes, I don't know, you got, those of y'all who speak Spanish maybe say it differently than I would. I need to come up with a lesson. In fact, how do Americans use it? Because I've noticed when you say, she asked a question about what the people are talking. I usually say what they're talking about, or or what they're saying, why not talking like that? Well, and also, sometimes I'll hear Spanish speakers, you guys say, my daughter said she needed a mop, right? I say her.
I told her.
Yeah, why told? Why is it a different word? Yeah. Say, told, okay, yeah. So occasionally that comes up. It didn't confuse me. It's just something immediately I noticed. Other than that, really good. Yeah. All right.
One more thing. I just noticed that you say 2 paragraphs. It's not right.
2 paragraphs?
2 paragraphs. Like, I mean, I believe that she would like to say to paraphrase.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. Yeah, very close. Yeah. So otherwise, there's a lot of other. Well, that's really excellent. That's great. Okay, we're gonna have Mr. Chu come up here next. Yeah. Oh, all right. Let's give him a big hand, everybody. Awesome. Is it okay? You're on YouTube. Is it okay? You want me to? Okay. All right. I love it. Yeah.
Hello, my friend. I'm Hua. Today I'm talking about how is all the people. Do you think that why should we listen? In my opinion, I heard that many classmates talking about that, but for my opinion, I only focus on 3 reasons. First of all, we need to know the new thing, the new innovation, or the new lesson, new knowledge that we didn't know. In that case, we need to listen. For example, yesterday I have read the research about the new iPhone 16 will be launched in September 9th. So that more than 68 young men in the United States want to listen. And only 60% people want to listen to make the habit and stop in the that is, but that indicate the information. We want to listen. But in the context, another one, you know that some of the people or some of the organization already do not need listen. For example, in when I was in Vietnam, you know that all people, all the students was present at Monday every week to salute the flag and sing the anthem. Yeah. But after that, everybody must listen the speech of the teacher who was in charge of the Youth Union. In the Vietnam, in the school have one teacher only take care everything. We call the Youth Union.
Okay.
Yeah, teacher and speak. But this speak, you know, they repeat it every day, every week about the pride, the Ministry Party Vietnam, or the pride, the Ho Chi Minh president like that. But it makes me confused, make everyone confused.
Yeah.
That. And sometimes you become sleep. I don't want to sleep. I don't want to sleep. I don't want to know it. But you could not be absent because they demand your absent like the teacher remark you every day. So indicate we must be listen. We could not yet. So the third thing, that means the third reason, the listener to make us become make the good relationship, make us to solving the conflict, the problem better. So if you have a good skill about listening, you can identify exactly where the disagreement between the two parties or two countries or to another one. If you have a good skill when you listen to another people, another partner, and when you know that you can make the toward mutually beneficial solution, and you can solve the conflict. And if you have a good relationship, you can talk in, you can interaction good, and you can make a good relationship with other people. So that's why listening skill is very important. You want to understand, you want to become the succeed. The first of all, you must learn. You must understand. And after that, you practice, you work hard, you do everything. But the only thing all this time needs the listening skill. All of them. So, if you want to succeed, you must have this skill.
All right, yeah, All right, I'll give you this quick feedback. I'm gonna try to do this for everybody. I think we have time. And yeah, I gotta say, I just like how confident you come up here and so friendly. I think it invites everybody to kind of want to listen to you because you seem to enjoy being here. And I think as a person sitting out in the audience, if you notice the person speaking is enjoying themselves, that helps me, the listener. Yeah. I like how you started your whole thing, your whole speech with what they call a rhetorical question. We didn't even talk about that yet, but yeah, it's a rhetorical, question. It's like I think you said, do you think that you asked a question at the beginning, it's just to grab people's attention. That was smart. Yeah, that's a good way of doing it. And then it's like today I'm going to talk about 3 things. Great. That helps me follow as a listener, as a person in the audience. That was helpful. Yeah, that's smart to do that at the very beginning. You're demonstrating a really broad vocabulary. Like you're saying, it helps to resolve a conflict. You can identify exactly a mutually beneficial solution. That's a vocabulary that some people in TOEFL are kind of working with right now. You're demonstrating a broad vocabulary. It just, occasionally, naturally you get up here in front of people, you get a little nervous, right? Yeah, of course. And then your natural accent will come in, and so occasionally pronunciation made it a little tricky to follow you. But the way you organize it helped me follow what you're saying, and your body movements and stuff. And so all of that's just going to get better and better as more often you speak, just the pronunciation, so that it gets smoother and smoother. But I like your broad vocabulary and how well organized you were there. So thanks, Mr.
Wow. Mr.
Wow.
Wow.
I'm so sorry. All right, I'm gonna volunteer. I apologize. Are you ready? All right. Is it okay if you're on camera? Yeah. All right, let's give her some confidence, everybody. It's hard to get in front of people. I mean, clap. Put your hands together and do that sound. Okay. There's Ms. Willis.
I'm a little bit shy and I don't feel comfortable. But I would like to talk first. So I will sit. Okay. I have a degree in German teaching in my country. And whenever I taught in a classroom, I was always be aware of the students who pretend not really listening, and they pretended to listen. Especially for teachers, it is an ongoing problem because all teachers are aware of this, and it is a little bit frustrating. In fact, listening has good benefits, as my previous friends explained, and it is really important for us. And I would like to share you a small a short story about this. I have read this article about an American U.S. president, and I would like to share with you. He was 32nd president of the United States. He was Franklin Roosevelt, and there is an old story about him. I'm not sure whether it is real or not. I'm not sure. He had, a lot of meetings, presentations at White House, and also he was aware of not being listened, fully concentrated. This was something he complained about. So one day he made a plan about this. When he was in a presentation, when he passed through the line, and a lot of people walked in front of him, and he shook each person's hands. And one day he made a plan, and he said, I murdered my grandmother this morning. And the people said, oh, how lovely, and the other is going, great work, President. And but one of the diplomats, I think from Bolivia, he said, I'm sure she had it coming. And this is a proof of he's a good listener. That's all.
Okay. Okay, yeah, give her a hand, everyone. Yeah. Okay, good. Oh, nice. I see that you had stuff planned ahead of time, written down and stuff. I can tell as you were talking here, it was you're being very careful with how you're saying it and the choice of words. I can tell as you're being very careful about it. Actually, your grammar was really excellent. I did, for the most part, I didn't hear any issues with verb tense or wrong prepositions necessarily. I have a degree in German. You tried German? Is that what you said?
I have a degree in German teaching. German teacher.
So you know German, the language, and you teach it. Interesting. Well, okay, you know English, you know German, you know your native language. Turkish. Oh, I'm sorry, I couldn't remember. How many more do you know? That's okay. 3. Wow. That's just, German is tricky, especially with those.
It is so hard.
Articles. Yeah, and I heard that V and A in English, where in German there's feminine articles. And, anyway, it's a lot.
Complicated. In general, people said life is too short to learn German. Really, it's like that.
Okay, a nice use of idioms too. Some of y'all, I don't know if y'all caught the story. It was really funny actually.
Yeah.
Franklin Delano Roosevelt was a president, FDR, and he was, let's see, how did you phrase it? He was aware of not being listened to. Yeah, you made a passive voice. That's close. Yeah. At first I wasn't sure if, yeah, he was aware other people were not listening to him. I might have maybe phrased it that way, but maybe a little more straightforward with active voice instead of passive voice. But he passed through a line. Well, okay, if he passes through a line, here's a line of people, right? He passes through it. I'm thinking that, but I know maybe what I would say instead of through, I would say he passed. Well. Usually I phrase it this way. He went down, strange, the line of, or a line of people. That's how I probably would phrase it. You know, there's a person here. Hi, nice to meet you. Hi, nice to meet you. Now you picture what she was talking about. Passing through the line goes that way, right? Yeah. And don't catch the story she said? You want to say? No. Go to this person. This person's very nervous to meet the president. And say, hi, nice to meet you. I murdered my grandma this morning. Oh, really good. That's good. Because nobody was paying attention to what he's saying and listening. And then one person did hear him say, I'm sure she had it coming. Good idiot. It means that she deserved it. Okay. Anyway, that was a very funny joke. Y'all did it. Okay. I didn't really hear much about any other comments about how you said it. I was able to follow it pretty easily. That's nice. With the exception of a phrasal verb. You went down the line. All right. Next. Who's going to go next here? All right. It's Concepcion, right? Give her a big hand, everybody. Yay. Is it okay if the camera's on you?
Yes.
Okay. All right. No problem. Just checking. You don't have to use this. You can if you want to. All right. It's hard to get in front of people. Yeah. I appreciate y'all doing it. Yeah, anytime. Go ahead. Go ahead. Okay.
Okay, good morning everyone. My name is Concepcion. I talk about the important of listening and communication. So the important of listening and communication is very important for maintaining an interpersonal relationship, for understand and the people and the people live. So I have one example for this situation. Example, can the people drive? I remember yesterday afternoon when was I drive along from here, there was a car accident. The car is turning. The car is turning around the line for another car. This situation is very far, and the police and the ambulance are there immediately. So the very important and non-advanced died both, and I thought the accident is very spectacular. So
You do fine.
but I'm seriously injuries. It's very important when the people drive. Also, it's different form of manner for the people talks and the people drive. The example of pushing the line is one of the forms on the people need for drive, because the people need to stay and drive is one of the forms of the communication, and putting the flag is another form of the communication for another people, because it's very important the communication independent for the two people. So can we drive is another form of the communication with the people and the people. For pushing the line, plunging the flag is different from the communication, because it's very important and better late or better never.
Okay. Go ahead. You know what's happening, all right? Let's slow down a little bit, all right?
Okay. In conclusion, this is my yearly what I spent yesterday. This situation is very complicated, so I am afraid because there is a Westerner. I don't remember exactly the place, but it's a lot of people. But I think the people died for not. So it's very important that we have carefully that the people drive, because it's very important for listening and understanding for another people drive carefully and listening the communication and different types. Example, the people need to stay is very important to pay attention for the different signs. Yeah, thank you.
All right, okay, great. Thank you. All right. I've had her a couple of semesters already.
Good job.
Concepcion, you may not know this, but I've had you a couple of semesters already. I'm noticing some improvement here, especially confidence getting up. It's hard to get in front of people and talk. I do this all the time. It's very difficult. I don't want to look. Sometimes it's hard for me. I don't look at you guys in the eye. No, I mean, just say, what did I hear you say? You had yesterday. You saw a car accident. Yeah, it was pretty serious, and thankfully nobody was dead, but it was pretty spectacular. As you said, right? It was a big spectacle. It was a lot of emergency vehicles around. I think your main point was this: you think the accident happened because someone was maybe talking on the phone or not paying attention to the.
He's not paying attention because the car is jumping and another car.
Yeah, let's see. A car is turning around another car.
I'm not looking exactly because I'm driving.
I know looking. Well, I didn't see it.
Yeah.
Look, see, here. Okay, we got to talk about that next week. I guess. Yeah. Look, see, hear, talk, say. All those words different in English. Yeah. Okay. All right. All right. Let's see. Can you communicate pushing the line? I'm not sure what you meant by pushing the line. This is what I hear you saying. This expression. First of all, I gotta say, thank you. You know, you didn't read something. You talked from your heart, so I got the chance to see how your real English is.
I say, teacher, it's difficult for communicator for another people. Can the people not drive? So it's very important to pay attention for different signs. It's another people need example need a space or go to another place or change it or yeah.
So it probably happened because someone was talking to someone else in the car, and they're not paying attention to the signs, to the signals.
Exactly.
Those are different words too. Yeah. To the traffic, etc. Okay. Yeah. So a few times, a couple things I just noticed is that a lot of your verb tense was still present tense. You were talking about yesterday when the car is turning. Well, it was turning, and across the board, a lot of your story in the past was present tense. Yeah, just try to make it past tense. Be conscious of that, because it helps. Yeah, English is very preoccupied when something happened, right? And a lot of the choice of words, I wasn't really following a lot what you're saying because you're phrasing it differently than I often do. Okay. Yeah. It's probably a direct translation about what's going on. But that'll get better and better. Okay. Anyway, little by little, we've got to pick up on how Americans say it, etc. But okay. Who's up next? Okay. You want to go next? Oh yeah. You want to without the camera? All right, y'all. While she's making her way up here, well, I'm gonna turn this off here. Yeah, you got it. Let's give Ms. Andrea. Yeah. All right. Say what you guys say.
I want to talk about the importance of communicating correctly when you're going to a doctor, because if you don't communicate correctly what you tell your doctor, or you don't understand correctly what your doctor says, it can be life-threatening. So I want to say that I had an experience about I had a relative who needed to have surgery, and they didn't ask if they can put the general anesthesia, and then that affected her health. So like, she didn't die or anything, but that affected her health, like walking and stuff. So yeah, that's my opinion.
Anesthesia prevented her from walking later?
Yeah, I think it was general anesthesia. The thing is that they didn't ask the family members. They just did it without consulting.
All right. Oh, is that it?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, give a hand, everybody. Yay! Yeah. Oh, thanks, Mr. Chu. Give her a hand. All right. Just as y'all know already, I should have just let you sit there. I'm sorry. You didn't have to get in front of everybody. My bad.
Okay.
Very effortless use of idioms. She said, it can be life-threatening, which means dangerous or fatal. So so you are using like hyphenated noun modifiers, life threatening. Yeah, phrasing it just the same way I would. It can be life-threatening. So you're taking these. It threatens your life. It's dangerous, and push these words together, you make an adjective out of it. Yeah, I was able to follow that and use some idioms and stuff. Okay, all right, let's see. I saw some other hand come up. You want to go next? Yeah, okay. You don't care if it's on camera? Okay, all right. Give her a big hand, everybody. All right, all right. Back. All right.
Good morning, everyone.
Hey.
Okay, I'm gonna talk about my anecdote because I easily trust in a person. So between like I need to listen carefully and what the other person say. So my story is about 3 or 4 weeks ago because I got a car accident, and it was on Saturday at the beginning, like August 2nd, and I went to the town to got some ice cream. It was rain, and also when I was coming back at home, there's a stop sign, a full stop sign, and it was through 4 stop sign, and let's imagine like I was in the middle, like the right side and the left side in the front. So I was on call, but it was on car plate on the car, and I saw literally like in the left side a car got first after me, and in the third car to the left side was the third car that arrived to the stop sign. So it was my turn to go first. So I go ahead, and I didn't realize that the car to the left side didn't full stop. So I just kept going, and when I saw the light, to position my car in the back to the passenger side, in the back. So it was very strong collision,
There you go.
and I was my hands on the wheel, and she pushed me to the other side, to the left side. So I immediately hand out to the call and call my cousin because I was very scared. I literally was shocked, and I was stuck like with my hands in the wheel, and the person knocked my window, and of course she was an old lady, and she told me that I'm so sorry, it was on the phone, I didn't realize that he was going first. Yeah. So she told me that, and I was like, I was scared. I didn't say anything. Just she told me that if you bumper in the back down, the bumper, fell off. And I didn't call the police either, because I was literally shocked. And also, the old lady was very nice, and as I said in the beginning, I'm very easily to trust in the person. So she also didn't call the police, and she So, um, you need to be very carefully that the other person say, yeah, even though you know trust the person or yes, and they can solving problems.
All right.
Thank you.
Hey, but I'm just curious. So you got home, you got that insurance and telephone number. Was it real? Is it?
Yes, I
Oh,
told her.
Okay, so there was a real number and a real insurance.
Because I didn't take a picture of her card, nothing. Just
So
the
I was.
insurance
I
card.
don't want to go into a long story, but I was probably 23 and almost exactly the same thing happened to me. And I really beat myself up. It's like, oh, I'm stupid. Why did I not call the police? It's okay. Yeah, totally understand it. You're in shock. You're in shock, please. I wish someone back then had told me, it's okay. It's a traumatic experience. You don't know. You have to call the police and make sure they get involved. But
And
anyway.
now I don't do that.
Yeah, now you have a car. How'd you get here? Is it bus or you?
No, because my friend is we're living close by.
Okay, yeah, we live close by. Yeah. All right, so okay, great anecdote. Yeah, stressing the first level. Yeah, usually I trust people a lot, and I can tell you're being very careful about keeping all past tense or present tense. The verb tenses are strong. Yeah, I went to get some ice cream. You first said that. So wait, no, I went to got some ice cream. Well, you were right the first time. The infinitive to get is base form of the verb. Very small detail, not a big deal. Not a big deal. I saw. Now, yeah, describing that car accident, it's complex. There's 4 stop signs,
Yes.
and that gives you a challenge to kind of help me follow what you're saying. That was good that you did that. Let me see. You were in the middle of a 4-way stop intersection, maybe section intersection. There's a stop here, stop here, stop here, stop right. Yeah, okay, that's what it was, yeah. Well, I should probably better illustrate it this way, right? Right? Yeah, stop here, stop here, stop here. All of them need to stop, right?
Yes.
That's what, I followed that. I was able to follow that. Yeah, and you were in the middle, right? At one point you got out in the middle?
No.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I think I know what happened. It's like, it was your turn to go, you went, and then someone didn't realize and they hit you.
Yes.
Yeah, okay, I did catch that part, yeah. You were, yeah, the way you described it, I was able to follow that, yeah. It was your turn to go next, that person had already started and they hit you in the side. Hit works, yeah, you're trying to use the word collide. Lots of different, collision is a noun. I had a collision, I had a bad collision with that car, I think is what you said. It was a little, yeah, but the verb is collide, or hit is a very common one too. Yeah, or the car struck me. It's past tense of strike. Yeah, if you want to use that, you can. But yeah, usually Americans say hit. Yeah, the car hit me. You know, even though it's not a fist. Okay. I easily trust the other person. I phrase it that way. Yeah. You need to be. Well, anyway. Okay. Just little things here and there, but I was able to follow your complex story. All right. Another hand comes up in the air. All right, it's Miss Lorena. Let's give her a hand, everybody. Yay! You there? The camera's on? Okay, you okay. All right. Sounds great. All right.
Alright. Hello everybody.
Hello.
Hey.
So first of all, I want to talk about the difference between hearing and listening, because it's two completely things that are different. So hearing is just like the action of the things that come to your ears. But when you try to listen, it's completely different. You need to have some effort, to put attention, to try to understand what other people say. Because, for example, I used to work in a Persian place, and they always play some music, but in Persian. I couldn't understand anything, so I just ignored that. So even though the music was on, I never listened to the music.
Sure.
Because I couldn't understand anything.
Sure.
Okay, so now I wanna tell you about my anecdote. So it was about 3 years ago when I first come here to America.
Yeah.
I came to be a babysitter. So it was an exchange program. I have to live with an American family. So everything was like a mess from the moment when I arrived to the airport.
Good.
Because my English was so basic. So I just understand, like, I just catch a few words or phrases. And I couldn't speak nothing at all. So
you very
so I remember I arrived to the airport and I have to go claim my luggage. But I couldn't find my luggage even though I was in the place where it's supposed to be. I don't know the guys have it in another place. I mean, I could find it, but it was really challenging. Okay, so and then I went to the house where I supposed to meet with my host family. I arrived there, but I couldn't talk with them at all. So that experience was really challenging for me. For gonna say like for the first 2 months, couldn't speak to them at all.
Oh my God.
It was so hard. They were really patient with me, but still, it was something hard for me. So yeah, of course I have to study every day, try to get some vocabulary. Of course the kids helped me a lot, but it was, you can imagine. So and of course everything was in English, so it was like my life was upside down.
Good idiom. Yeah, life is upside down.
Okay, so and I have a second anecdote.
Great.
So when I finished that exchange program that was for 1 year, I went to my country and I came back here to do another exchange program that was working for the summer. So my English was a little bit better, so I decided to be a server.
In a restaurant.
Yeah. So I work in a restaurant. So okay, I did my training. I could understand more English. I speak better English, but still it wasn't that good. So when I finished my training, I started taking a table. So I messed it up with my first table because it was native people. So I went and take the order. When I bring the food to the table, I got everything wrong. So the people was really mad at me. I think I just got one thing right, but the other 2 things weren't the thing that they asked me for. So it was great. Okay, but I just wanna in conclusion, just to summarize that, just wanna let you know that with practice and after of those experiences, I've been improving my English. Now I can understand every day and get more words, improving. So with practice and if you keep listening and trying to understand what people say, you're gonna get better.
You got it.
Oh, wait, you done then? Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. Did you want to say something else? No. Okay, cool. Yeah, great. You're done. All right, cool. I'll give you some feedback.
I have the same experience.
Yeah, I've worked as a server before too. I know that pain of getting everything wrong. All right, so just I gotta say, I mean, it seems very effortless now. Even though you're telling the story about having your English being an obstacle or something, you're demonstrating a really strong handle on pretty complex grammar in what you were saying there. I said it. First of all, nice starting off with a definition. This is hearing, this is listening. It helps to kind of draw people's attention. That was a smart idea. Hearing versus listening hearing is passive, listening is active. That's good. Everything. This is the quote. Everything was a mess from the moment I got off the plane. That's a lot of opportunity to mess up that grammar, and you didn't. Yeah. So, well, okay. Even though it was the place where it was supposed to be. I was looking for my luggage even though it was the place it was supposed to be. That's a pretty lengthy noun clause. You weren't even aware of grammar when you were saying it. I could tell that was second nature. But I was just going to say, that is how an American would say it. Yeah, I went to meet my host family. Life was upside down. Good use of idioms there, right? Topsy-turvy, upside down, right? I take the order. Well, past tense. I took the order, and it wasn't the thing they asked me for. Yeah, that's the way I would phrase it. The thing they asked me for. So really strong handle on noun clauses. I was just sort of impressed with that. No issues with pronunciation. Of course, I hear an accent, but that's great. You know, I hear a lot of accents and stuff. I know in Spanish you guys say, I couldn't speak nothing at all, right? You know what I'm about to say, right? Yeah, double negative. That's all right. You know what Americans say that way too. If y'all not sure what I'm making reference to, this is. And I guess it's cool to say this in Spanish. Yeah, I couldn't say nothing at all. That's fine. But why? I mean, technically not right. Why? Why is that?
I couldn't say anything.
Right, anything would be, yeah, it would be technically correct. How it, right, is because there's two negatives, and what that does, two negatives makes a positive. Oh, so you could say something. Anyway, you know, you're just doing double negatives to further emphasize it. And Americans do that too, but you know, only technically that's wrong. And I think you know that already. Yeah, yeah, that's fine. But it doesn't sound bad to most American ears, you know, just maybe not in a job interview, but otherwise. Beautifully said, yeah. All right, another volunteer, what we got here? Well, we're gonna pick some people then. All right, you wanna go with Amber? I said your name right, yeah, I didn't call you Ashley. Amber, all right. Give her a hand, everybody.
You can say, I could, for example, I could talk nothing. Or what is the correct form to
No,
say?
the negative on the could, because that's about
No,
ability.
could.
I couldn't say anything.
Okay.
That would be
Couldn't say anything?
closer to
It's
right,
better,
yeah.
okay.
If you say I couldn't say nothing, I know what you're saying, but that sounds a little, yeah.
Yes,
or, yeah. Could, yeah, put the negative on the
I
can of could. All right,
say
I believe in you. Is it okay? Oh,
anything.
all right, good.
So all people benefit from being a better listener. So being a listener is important in everyone's life. And listening, in my case, I am a mother. So being a mother or as a parent, listening strengthens the parents and children bonds. Children always need their parents to share their whole day routine or every problem. They want their parents to listen. So it enhances the child's communication skills. And when the parent model as effective listener and they have the eye contact, they respond appropriately. So, and it will, the children learn to mirror these skills in their interaction with other people. So by practice active listening, you validate your children's feelings, thoughts, and their understanding, and they can trust themselves as you understand the feelings of your children. So me and my husband are always here to listen the child's day routines, what they did in school. They want to share with us in every day. And as I am old enough, I always call my mother to share my feelings, as I always need someone to share, listen my feelings and my problems. So I daily call my mother to share my whole day routine, that she will give me advice whenever I feel nervous or I have some problems in my life. So my mother is always, I think the mother-children bond is a universal bonding, that mother is always a good listener and good advice that you can trust in your life.
You're very careful how you wrote it down and everything. Nice. Universal bonding. I like that phrasing. Yeah. That's right from the beginning. That's right, y'all. Call your mom. I really didn't hear much of anything with the way you phrased it. You know, probably more influenced by the British, but you know, that's good. Yeah, I was able to effortlessly follow what you're saying there. Nice. All right. So we've got another person want to come up here. Okay, cool. You don't mind that you've been on camera, right? Okay,
Yeah, that's fine.
That's fine. All right. Give her a hand, everybody. It's Melanie.
Okay, hi everybody. I would like to share an experience that happened to me a few years ago when I was in college. So I was about to finish my semester, and in order to approve the semester, we have to make a project. So there were 5 people trying to develop this project. So we decided to go to the community because we were studying at that moment forestry engineering, which is similar to environmental engineering, but with more focus on trees, wood, and wood treatment. So we decided to go to this community because it was a small community and it was a little bit far away from the city. So we thought at that moment it will be easy for both of us because the community will be small, so everybody will be able or will be willing to work with us. So we got to the community and we explained it to them what are we gonna do. We didn't even ask them if they wanna be part of the project. We just got there and we decided that we will develop that project there. So immediately when we start talking about the project that we were develop at that moment, the people just start standing up and leaving the room. So we're like, okay, maybe they are busy, they have to work, they are not interested in the project, which is completely fine. So at the end of the day, only 10 people decided to stay with us. And most of them were only kids. So we're, okay, we're gonna work with kids, that's not a problem, we're here to help each other. So we were explaining to them what the project was about. We decided to implement 2 different kinds of trees that, according to us, of course, we were studying, so we knew a lot about these species. They were able to be together, to grow together and stay together, right? But one kid just raised his hand and said that would work. So for me, that was a shock because I was like, okay, I'm the person who is studying, of course it will work. He didn't say anything else, but he decided to stay. So we worked in this project together with the kids. They were really useful. They decided to help us a lot. So that was a really nice project that we worked with the community. Of course, we weren't able to be with the community more longer than 1 month. And these trees were growing, everything was perfect. And then one day, one of the person in the community decided to contact us. And this person say, hey, I don't know if you already approved your project, you already got your grade or something happened because the trees are not growing anymore, they are dying. So for us, it was like, okay, we need to go and see what happened. So we go to the community and this person was the father of the kid who said the project won't develop as we wanted, right? So he said somebody needs to talk to you, and of course the kid was there. And he said, I told you this project won't work because we already tried to work with this species, and it didn't work in the past. So for us that was a shock because we were studying those species. That was a really important project for us. Of course, the grade depended on the success of the project.
Oh no.
So we didn't get a great grade of the project because the big lesson of the project was that when we get to the community, we need to learn how to work together and how to listen to each other. So the first mistake that we made was get there and don't ask the community if they were willing to work with us in that project. We just decided to get there and say, we're gonna work in this together. So that's where people didn't collaborate with us.
All right, come in. Dang, I was just gonna say.
Similar to the video, the video because it's similar.
It's like you have a parallel experience with the Italian, the hippopotamus.
Exactly, yeah.
And
And
one,
so,
and one breath.
And what?
One breath. She's
Oh
spoken
yeah,
in one
I was
breath.
just gonna say how impressive, how quickly she was able to speak, and yet how easily you guys were able to follow that. Yeah, it's just that's a very smooth fluidity that you just have a really comfortable handle on. Now, of course, a really complex story, a lot of opportunity for us to misunderstand things, but I think all of us could follow that pretty easily. That was really good. You had to a lot of technical terms too that we're not all familiar with. Maybe the word species. I don't know. Many of you have scientific backgrounds, but you know, we had to implement this. Anyway, So without going into all those details, why did the trees grow? I mean, they're just from.
So we were trying to implement this project here in Ecuador, so that was the first time that somebody tried to do it here.
Yeah.
Other people tried to do it in other countries.
Was it the climate, the soil?
Yeah, it was the soil, and it was because the species were able to grow together only when they are young. But when they grow, they start to competition because of the nutrients, because of the vitamins and everything. So that didn't work.
A lot of unforeseen factors.
Yeah.
And that's funny. And everybody just stopped and left, and they I said now that's probably why they were all leaving the meeting.
And we didn't even ask them where they were living. We just assumed that they were living because they have another things to do.
Yeah, that's tough. Well, it's good. Yeah, it's good.
No
Yeah.
hippos.
No hippos, but people.
Hippos, yeah, people. That's funny. It was great and beautifully executed. I didn't hear any issues. I mean, even with effortlessly going from past tense to present tense. I mean, that was great. All right, let's see. Let's take another volunteer. Someone want to raise a hand? I'm going to pick on you. Okay. You want to go, Ms. Yuri? I believe in you. Okay, let's give her some confidence, everybody. Woo! Last person, would you like to wait for a bit and come back later? Yeah, you would.
I can try it.
Confidence. Muhammad's gonna go later on. Okay, no problem. We're all friends. Okay, I understand. Okay, Muhammad, give him a hand, everybody.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to reveal one of my real event. When I was in Pakistan, I was working in a company named DHL Private Limited as a sales manager of the city.
Good.
So I have a team, a sales team force. So my duty is assigned by the sales director that you just speak to the team and convey the task, and they must follow their instructions, my instructions. So when I speak my sales force and assign the area to all my sales force to the city, and divided the city into 7 parts, and I have the 7 people, 7 salespersons. They follow my instructions. So I gave the task and targeted sales to the people, and I'm naturally I'm expecting the result from them. So after 1 month, they did against my expectations, and the result is below my expectations. So I just surprised that I spoke with them very confidently and providing all informations about the customers and the informations which they need to do the sales effectively. So suddenly I realized that I just spoke with them, but I didn't listen them. I should listen them. What's the problem behind that failure? So what I did it, I called the meeting, and everybody sitting in front of me was sitting in front of me, and I asked what are the issue behind it, why you fail to achieve your goals. So one by one they said, one person he said, I live in a different area and you assign me in a far area, different area, which is very far from my home. So I become tired to go at that area, and I didn't know about the people of that area. So one person told me about it, and another person, when I asked another person, he said, yeah, actually I belong to a different caste, and you assign me in a different cultural caste area. So when I try to impress the people over there, they don't understand my language. So in Pakistan there are several languages in area wise. So this was my mistake. So I listened one by one the problem of the Salesforce, and I just did the repositioning of the people.
Okay.
And assign again the task. Then then they can go according to their comfort zone. So after 1 month, I got very good and positive result from them.
Okay.
So this is the importance of listening. If somebody is speak, nobody can understand. If you listen the people who is in front of you, if you listen first time and then you can speak it, you can better understand. And in the context of English listening, this is my another anecdote. Where I had moved to USA, so I was fluent in English reading and writing, because I learned reading and writing in back of my country, because no one emphasis on speaking, because we speak Urdu over there. So I struggled to a lot here, and when I joined LIT in level 4, so second week I just got a task. A teacher gave me a task, and he made the group, and he gave me the assignment to complete each other, and he made 2 groups, and he assigned like a topic, social media benefit and disadvantages, advantages and disadvantages. You can discuss it, and he divided class into two groups. And when the people are starting speaking their opinion, so suddenly I realized that I didn't understand what they were saying. So I just got lost and overwhelmed myself. So what I did, I just started to watch the faces and facial expressions and body language of the people, and by this technique I understand what they are speaking and something. So suddenly I started to agree with the people. I agree with Christian. Yeah, I agree with John.
Oh, I remember that.
So yeah. So the listening was very weak at that time. So after that technique, I learned listening and everything, and I just recommend the people that if you want to listen, if you want to speak English very well, so you have to listen native speaker, English movies, podcasts, and especially listen to music. So you will get whatever you want to get in English. So this is my anecdote, and I must say in a journal that listening is very important. If you are a student, so you have to listen it properly, and in the class, and if you are learning something, so it's very important to listen 100%. And in journal, I must say about a quote, a Shakespeare quote. So the Shakespeare said, "Give every man thigh ear, but few thigh voice." This means the line is spoken to the son for advice, to listen to the people before you speak.
Okay. All right. That was very well organized. Oh, you were quoting Shakespeare. I just pronounced that a little differently. Oh, nice. I was gonna say that was very well organized. The first thing we talked about miscommunication with the sales force, and thanks for explaining about the whole thing about the caste system. Not a lot of us understood what that meant. It's like is because you went there and they had a different dialect, and I tried to impress them. I mean, I guess communicate with them, but they were not able to because there was a
Yeah, actually, the people in Pakistan, they have a lot of languages and
Sure.
cultures, so they listen their own people when you are trying to, convince something. So they listen their own people rather than they are listening to the strange people. They speak a strange language or something.
Yeah, people. I think it's what you're trying to say, right? People. I'm here. Pupil.
People.
Yeah, there we go. That's right.
Yeah.
Pupil is
a
part of
student.
and it also means student. by the way.
Students,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, you know that already. So I thought you were actually talking about students a couple times when you were
Yeah.
trying to say they were people.
People.
That's okay. Very subtle. Otherwise, I could tell as you were going along, you have a pretty strong handle on the verb tenses and stuff. For the most part, you're keeping the verb tenses correct, past tense and present tense. There's one thing I noticed you a couple times did. I've heard other folks from India, Pakistan say this. What I did it, period. I asked if I can, and then later on you did it again. When I did it, I started. Yeah. So you're actually just introducing. This is what I did, kind of thing. And just try to phrase it this way. I phrase it a little differently. What I did was, I asked. Instead of saying it, because we don't have an object yet. What I did was I asked for advice. What I did was I started to, etc. And you're adding the it occasionally, more often than I would. Yeah. It doesn't confuse me. It just that's not quite how I say it. When I joined LIT in level 4, period. Oh, that's like a beginning of an idea. Well, when I joined LIT, I was in level 4. I think it's what you're trying to say. But I like how well organized her whole story was. I was able to follow the start there. Other than those two little things, that was really good. Good story there. That was great. All right, y'all. Hello. You made it. That's all good. Yeah, no problem. Hey, next person. You want to try it now? Get it out of the way. Give her some coverage. You do it. You have enough time for everybody.
When trying to solve problem, you need to listen to others first, understanding their point of view, help resolve conflict easily. And so, let me tell you the difference between leaders and boss. And boss boss doesn't listen carefully in employee. So boss gave orders and impacts them to be followed. But a good leader listens to their team members. A good leader knows how to cooperate. This helps the teamwork better together and achieve great result. In high school, I was acknowledged as a team leader, but looking back now, I don't think I was a good leader because I gave more instructions than listened. So listening where is the start of learning. You need to listen to your teachers in expression to do better in your study. Every know this, but it is true that it is difficult to put into practice.
Yeah.
So let us all study together with passion.
Okay. Well, thanks, Ms. Jen. All right. You can come see today. All right, cool. All right. Bosses versus leaders, huh? Yeah, bosses gives orders and they encourage them to follow. I was acknowledged as a leader back in, was it high school or something? Is that what it was? Is that right? Okay. Yeah, first of all, nice incorporating the vocabulary from this past week. Acknowledged as a leader, but you didn't feel like you were a very good leader because I gave more instructions than, yeah, what was the, what was the, what were you leading? Was it organizing student government, or what did you, what kind of leader were you? Okay. Oh, a team leader. I didn't catch it. Okay.
SLA. I was SLA and taekwondo player.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, so
Taekwondo.
taekwondo team lead.
Oh, I see. In a taekwondo class, or right? Is that part of school, or you were part of a?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I heard what you're saying. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Well, I appreciate you sharing that. All right. Next is. Let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna give it. All right. Let's see. Who else? Would you like to go next, Mr. Jin? All right. Give me a hand, everybody. All right. Almost. We can do everybody today, I think. Yeah.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Today I'm gonna share my experience in the importance of research, especially my work friends. Back in Korea, I had worked in a business strategy team for 2 years, and we often had a meeting attended by upper managers such as division head or CEO. They would always give a feedback to our team after we presented our report. Sometimes they spoke very quickly and were not organized and mumbled to themselves. So it was very challenging to listen correctly, even though it was Korean, my native language. If we missed some information or misunderstood their instructions, it could have negatively affected the company, because our team was responsible for creating the meeting logs and sharing it with everyone. So we always try to listen as carefully as possible and capture hidden meanings in our boss's comments. So we often used recording apps and double-checked with co-workers and team leader. So this experience was a valuable lesson for me in the importance of listening. So even now, I consider it crucial to listen carefully to others. So I always strive to practice it. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. That was great. So I was gonna say, you're a really strong handle of real strong commander. Pretty complex grammar. You just passed perfect in there. I had worked for a company for a time. You know, that's we had a meeting attended by management with passive voice. So I was gonna say that one thing I just noticed about you have a really good strong handle of pretty complex grammatical structures in there. And the bosses were bumbling. Is that what you said?
Mumbling.
Oh, mumbling. Yeah. Oh, fair enough. Yes. That's why you needed an app to follow what they're saying. A special application on their phone to catch the hidden meaning in my boss's comments. That's well phrased sentence. So yeah, it sounds really interesting. Your boss didn't mind his voice recorded. Or you didn't know about it, I guess.
Yeah, they don't care about.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Interesting. They're mumbling. Yeah, I gotcha. It's crucial. Yeah, again, demonstrating a broad vocabulary there too. Yeah, I was able to follow that pretty effortlessly there. You know, just pronouncing certain consonants and vowels a little differently than I would, but it didn't prevent me from following what you're saying. I was really strong there. Yeah. So, all right, y'all. We're gonna go to somebody else here. Alex, let's go with you, huh? Okay, all right, you're hand, buddy. All right.
Hi, good morning, everyone. Good morning. I would like to start from a story.
Great.
It was from when I was in my university. There was was one day I was surfing on the internet. Then suddenly a stranger sent a message to me. He said, I knew you had some poor kids in rural area. Do you interested in to have a special one? I said, yes. How special the person is? He said, I cannot tell you. So he gave me an address, and he said, I will make an appointment with you with the kid, and then when you come to that, you just tell him you are his new math tutor. So I went to that. It was a raining day. I went there almost at 6 p.m. But the address was in my school, so I think it should be safe. So I went to them, and I knocked the door. A teenager. Actually, I think he was like 14 years old. He looks normal. He was young, thin, shy, tall, and quiet. So I started to teach him math. At the beginning, I thought everything was normal. Then after a while, I feel actually it's abnormal because he had some problem. The one thing is he get excited for no reason. Suddenly he get excited, and then he couldn't concentrate on study. And then the most horrible thing is he burst into laugh for no reason. So I got a little scared, and then suddenly he said, he's going to kill me. I said, what? And I tell you know, when I was in my university, I like to be beautiful, so I wear high heel shoes. I was thinking, how can I run away with my high heel shoes? Then he logged in his laptop. He started to show me some pictures on his computer. It was horrible, very bloody, dead body. Yeah, and the picture of hell. So I was thinking, what the hell? Yeah, so I tell myself, calm down. And then he started to talk some random things. I want to ask more, but actually he didn't answer me. He just talked by himself. I got a lot of fragments information, but I didn't get the full picture of that story. And the first day actually was not bad. I left safety, and I was curious about it, so I made a few appointments with him. I saw him a few times, and then finally I got a full story. Actually, he is the older son of important people in my school. And his mom was a very famous professor of another famous university. But his mom suicided when he was 4 years old. And he saw his mom jump out of the high-rise window and dead. And he saw the bloody body. That's really traumatizing him a lot. So he got a little weird after that, and then he got bullied in school. And then his father, the reason his mom got suicided was because his father was cheated on her mom. So that's why. So his father got a new wife and new babies, and then I think his father must have had sent him to a lot of psychology treatment, like electronic treatment, medical treatment. So that's why he was thinking he was going to kill me. He was thinking his father was going to kill himself. Kill him. Yeah, so after I knew the full story, actually I feel very sorry for him. So I set a routine. I met him once or twice every week in our school dining cafe. I taught him like some story, but actually I think most of the time I just want to know what was happening to him. He talked a lot to me. At the beginning, he talked randomly fragments, but then when time goes by, actually I saw he gets better and better. He started to study better. He could talk a lot more logically, and he started to care about people. So I was thinking everything was on the right track. But it lasted about half a year, and until one day he told me I'm going to leave because my father was going to send me to military. He was like only 14, 15 years old. I think his father just wanted to get rid of him. Yeah, so, but I couldn't do nothing. And he expressed his thankful to him. He said, in my previous life, many years, actually nobody really wanted to listen to me. You were the only person who was so patient to me, and you spent a lot of time listening to me. Yeah, I hope he's good, but because after that I lost all the contact with him.
Okay.
Yeah, but so that is a story. It actually is something I think is very weird and also very interesting memory of my university. But the lesson I got was sometimes listening can be a superpower. It's really, you don't know what you can do when you listen. What will happen when you really pay attention to listen to something. It can be very important to someone. That is my story.
story for the most part. Do you interested in helping, are you interested in helping the poor people or something? You got a text message and then you met with them and was a little bit frightened of him, and he was speaking in fragments. I like a lot of your broad vocabulary you're inserting there. I got a lot of fragments. I spoke a lot of. He was traumatized by his father. Good word, traumatized. Yeah. Anyway, all that is to say, you have a pretty good handle on American idioms and pretty broad vocabulary. He burst into laugh. Yeah, he burst into laughter. Close. Yeah. So just occasionally he's using the noun instead of the verb. But boy, what an inspiring story. You know. I couldn't do nothing. See? There's that double negative again. But you know, Americans say that too. You felt hopeless. I just felt like I couldn't do anything. Yeah. But that means it's so. After, first of all, I'll probably just acknowledge the substance of what you're saying. I think some of you guys, I'm probably gonna see you. One of you is probably gonna do a TED Talk someday. I think. Yeah. There's a lot of inspiring stories. You know. I'll see you up there on TED.com someday. Yeah. What was I gonna say here? With the word suicide, it's a tough one. His mom, suicide. I use that as a verb. That's a tough one. Is that suicide's a noun, right? It's tough. You have to say his mom committed suicide. Yeah, that's the way I phrase it. Yeah, commit is the verb I use with it. It's just like any crime. Like you commit robbery, you commit larceny or some other crime, you use the word commit suicide. Or he killed himself. I'm sorry, that's always a thing to talk about.
You can say like she suicided.
No, that sounds weird to me. Yeah. Oh, in Spanish it's okay to do that, huh? Yeah. Suicide is a noun for me.
Get suicide. Got suicide?
No. No, it's very specific. Committed suicide. Yeah. God would be like passive. It would be killed herself. Yeah. Commit. Yeah. So this is the verb I use with it.
It's a verb. It's not a verb.
No. Yeah. Suicide's a noun. Yeah. Yeah. I don't really have a noun form of it. I don't think. Yeah. It's at least not. Yeah. It might. Yeah. You commit suicide. You do. Maybe do. Yeah. It collocates with this word though. Yeah. FYI. I understand what you're saying. It's just I'll notice if you say it that way. So anyway. What a story, yeah. I like your, maybe slow down a little bit. That might help, because there's a couple times the speed at which you were speaking, kind of like, oh, I didn't quite catch that part. But in most of it, I caught. That's all it is, just slow down a little bit. Otherwise, great. All right, talking to somebody else now. Natalie, you want to do it?
Yeah.
All right, let's give her a hand, everybody. Woo! We got time to do everybody. This is first game. We're going to play a game of the American or something. We'll do it. We got time. I believe it.
Hello everyone.
Hello.
Hi. Yeah, as we all have been talking about, I'm just pretty much gonna give you the benefits, I would say, or a few things that like why we should be doing business. I think like when we're talking about this sentence, I would say when we're talking about communication, we pretty much talk about just the talking part. We don't pay that much attention to the other when we're not the one who are delivering the message, but when we're the ones receiving it. So I think it's as important as it is to talk. When you're thinking of communication, you should be as, also aware of being a good listener. It will help you to enhance your personal relationship with the people around you, be more empathetic, how to actually build more also better relationships at work and stuff. So it just spreads out in different areas of your life. So I'm just gonna share like a silly, funny story of something that happened to me a while back. I used to live in Humboldt, Texas, and I moved here. It was like 2 years ago, and I was just in the moving process and everything. And I went to IKEA to buy a bookshelf for my bedroom and stuff. And so I was like, okay, I went over there. I was very excited with my bookshelf and everything. And I went to the place where I was moving. My friend was helping me. And I was starting to pretty much put in all the pieces to set up the bookshelf. And she was like, Natalie,
please read the instructions before setting up the bookshelf. Read the instructions carefully before you even start. But I was in a hurry. I'm always in a hurry. So I was in a hurry, and you kind of like get overwhelmed when you're moving and stuff. So you just want to get rid of everything as soon as possible and do everything quickly. And I started to set everything real fast, and then halfway through, I realized that I had a bookshelf that was like, like the main pieces were upside down, and it was like it could barely stand. Like it was definitely not like I tried to fix it, but everything was pretty much screwed already. And my friend, I remember she was telling me like she actually mentioned 3 times, hey, listen, like read the instructions. Like you got the puzzle right there. Read the instructions, not just didn't listen to her at all. I just started to get on it real soon, and so at the end of the day, yes, like she looked at me like, I told you so. So and I kind of like learned in a funny way or like silly way that I just had to literally just pay attention to what. So when he's telling me, and in this specific case, to listen advice from others, I think that when you're like at the end of the day, when you turn into a good listener, it's not only for helping you to how to set up furniture, it's actually helping you to pretty much you're saying to the other person, I value what you have to say. I respect you. You're an important person, and I value the advice that you have to say, and I trust you, and I want to pay attention to what you're telling me. So next time when someone gives you an advice, take a moment to listen. It might save you from ending up with a wobbly piece of furniture or worse.
Very quotable ending there. Nice. Yeah, so I don't know if y'all know, and she's able to speak really quickly, but I was able to pretty effortlessly follow that. Yeah, I just got a really good, strong handle on idioms, and I don't know. I don't know if that was your experience being in the audience or something, but my American ears, that was, even though she's speaking really quickly, I was able to follow that pretty effortlessly. Yeah, and just, and it just, you weren't even aware of it.
Yeah, I know, I spoke too fast.
No, you're speaking too fast. I'm not saying you're speaking too fast.
Okay.
Even though you're speaking quickly, it's how I would expect like any native English speaker to speak. Yeah, really strong. I'm saying, commending you. Yeah, that was great. Hey, Miss Simone, you ready? No? Okay. Well, let's give her some confidence, everybody. I believe in you. All right. Let's give her some confidence. We got time for 2 more people. Okay, Simone, Mr. Alejandro, and then maybe I'll do you next. Okay. All right. Go ahead.
How you feel if you want to open you have an issue and you want to open to your friend and talk to her about the issue you have, and he listen what you have to say and start to judge you. So that happened to me last year, and I have an issue and I really want to talk to someone, and I have a coffee with my friend, and I start to talk to her, and I say, oh, I feel really overwhelmed and with everything's going on, and she said, oh, everyone in this country is overhead, Simone. It's like everyone is busy, everyone do a lot. It's not only you. What you talking about? And I just want to tell her, like, back in 2013, my father had a cancer, and she had all the treatment, and he has bone marrow cancer, and she has a bone marrow transplant, and he has been good. So last year, and he has an appointment, and he went to doctor, and doctor said, oh, everything's come back. And I said, oh my God, like, I am here, and you have a student visa, you can go, but you can come back, and I knew this could happen, but when you went through, your feelings is think like, you never think it is how it is. And I want to talk to someone, and she immediately said, oh, everyone goes through it, and I felt, oh my God, how she couldn't hear what I had to say. She did not pay attention what I was, she couldn't listen what I say, and she couldn't listen what like I feel, because you don't listen only when people say. You can listen between the lines too. And what I felt, she interrupted me, and she not allowed me to fully express my feeling. She minimized my emotions because she didn't catch. She said everyone goes through issues. Everyone is overwhelmed. So she implied that my experience, it's not unique, it's not significant. So, and the lack of empathy when she said, and she told me, stop worrying about it. How can you stop worrying about it?
Yeah.
So I think there was a lack of empathy when she said this, and I learned, I know she likes to talk a lot and she doesn't listen too much. Was the person I have on that time to talk, and I realized how important it is to listen, because listen you can improve, you can understand other person, you can build a relationship, you can make communication more effective, you can learn, you can make solve problems easier. In empathy, and I realized for me, I learned to not be that afraid to charge before, and I didn't tell her what happened, because I was very sad how she told me, and I didn't tell her. And after 1 month or 2 months, she knew about it, and she said, "Why you didn't tell me?" I said, "I tried."
Oh, wow.
I tried to tell you, but then I have a chance to talk to her and say, "You think here, that's not good," and we talking about it. So don't be that afraid. Everyone have problems, and sometimes you just want to have someone to listen. You don't want to. You don't want your opinion, you don't want what you think, your perception, you just want someone to hear. So don't be that friend I have.
Don't be that.
Like my friend.
That's good. Yes. And thank you all for so many y'all are opening up with some very personal stuff. Yeah, it's very heartwarming. Yeah, those great stories. Many of you are doing that. Okay. I like your phrasing here. A lot of things. And in the moment, I heard that you were phrasing it one way, and you changed it and phrased it differently. In the moment, you kind of hurt yourself. It's like, oh, I won't say it differently, and that's a real mark of fluency. You know, you say you're demonstrating a pretty broad vocabulary. She interrupted me. She minimized my feelings. That's a great way of saying it. Yeah, that's the way, making it small and insignificant. I think you even phrase it that way. A lack of empathy is what she had. That's right. So if y'all didn't know what she was saying there, this is the word lack, which is the opposite of have, right? It's also a verb, right? She lacked empathy. Yeah. But anyway, empathy is sometimes you just need someone to listen and not give advice. Well said. I was very sad how she how she talked to me. There it is again. So there. Okay. We're talk, speak, listen, all those words. When do we use which one? It's kind of strange. But anyway, I don't really know if I have a good lesson for that. I'll try to find something over the weekend. How do I use this word? Hear, listen, speak, talk. When do I use it? What's context for it? It didn't throw me off. I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I know what you're saying. Nice. I was overwhelmed. I think you said overwhelmed, but overwhelmed. Yes. What sound? Yeah, overwhelmed. Overwhelmed. Beautiful. That's great. Okay, ready, Mr. Alejandro? Let's hear it. Let's see. Give him a hand, everybody. Woo! Woo! Thanks. Everybody there's done. Everybody over here's done. Everybody over here's done. We just have. Okay. Yeah. All right. Go ahead.
Hello, everyone.
Hi. Hey.
Some conclusion for today.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. Listening is important for everyone. If you are a leader or if you are learning new teams, good listening help you understand others and answer better. Listening carefully is important because understand information and avoid mistakes, improves communication, builds relationships.
Yeah, good.
solve problems. You can learn from others' experience and knowledge. For me, I like listen carefully to my daughter, who is 12 years old. When she talks about her day or her feelings, I pay attention and I try to understand her. This is important because it helps her feel support and safe. But one time, she told me about her favorite sport, her favorite play soccer. I didn't pay much attention, and later she asked me if I remember what she said. I couldn't. She told me it was important to her. I realized, and I should listen better. A good listen shows her that I care, and it makes our relationship stronger.
Yeah.
Thank
All
you.
right, cool. Give them a hand, everybody. Yeah. Shows that I care. That's nice. I probably should have mentioned earlier. I listen to a person. I think a lot of y'all were saying I listen to my daughter, or I listen my coworker or something. Yeah, it has a 2 in there. FYI. Yeah. But other than that, hey, nice man, good story. I was gonna say if I remember what she said, or what I think you said say, I was just gonna say, a good use of a noun clause there. That's a lot of students sometimes, get some of those words backwards, but you said it right. Yeah, good listening is, I can't remember where else you said. Yeah, her favorite play soccer. Oh, you mean her favorite soccer player?
Yes.
Oh, that's what you were saying. Yeah, the soccer player. Oh, okay, got you. Saying that the other way around. Soccer player. Yeah, there you go. And you can say football. I know that's the real sports name, right? It's not soccer. Okay. I think the only one other person here is Miss 2, right? Isn't that right? Yeah, that's it. Okay, let's give her a hand, everybody. That's it.
You're not recording?
Oh, you don't want it to? You don't want to be on the video?
Last cycle. Okay.
I can cover the camera.
Okay.
There you go. How's that? All right.
Hello everyone. Actually, this is the second time I present this topic, so I would say a different story from the last time. To be a good listener, I believe that you need a good relationship. You need the empathy with the one who's speaking. So, a few years ago, when I worked in abroad, specifically in Philippines, I was alone and I was young and I don't have a lot of experience, so I encountered a lot of troubles and a lot of difficulties. During that time, I have a friend, like a teammate, who are very close to me, and she like 3 years older than me. We get along together really well. She listened everything I said, every stupid thing, even like we FaceTime, we call the FaceTime to each other, and just do everyone, me and her do different things and talk like different topics, but we still keep talking. Like we have thousand things to say, but after a while, when I left, I'm no longer working there, and I left the country, and she's still there, and I moved to America. So we talk again, and we still have a lot of things to share, but I feel like she's not too patient, and I'm not too patient to listen like stupid thing before, because we are like in this different different zone. Like each person have different different topic and different care in their life. Like she cared about his work, her work. She talk about her work, her customer do this, do that, and crazy bot or something. But I wasn't there anymore, so I couldn't listen too long. I don't want to listen those topics, and I have my problem here in United States, like how to like driving, like school, and like I mean just the basic life in United States, and so we kind of like conflict in a conversation, and no one wanna listen too long, and then like we laugh and laugh talking with each other, and then like for months we just send a text like how you doing and then we good, and then that's all. And so I think like having a good relationship, having like the same mindset that can make you like listen to the other story much better. Like you will more be empathy if you put yourself in their shoes. But it wasn't. It's really hard to like understand their situation. So.
All right, give your hand. I like you come up here just kind of improvising. It gives me a chance to hear your real English. That was a great story. I know we all have friends we can call up and just talk about stupid things. I love it. I like how you included that in there. It's just, we all know what that is. Pretty broad vocabulary demonstrating. I encountered a lot of troubles. Yeah, that's a great way of phrasing it. Who were very close. After, yeah, transitional phrases, I like that. After a while, bada bing, bada boom, whatever. I didn't want to listen to the problems, but that's okay.
Can I add something to my, or no?
Oh, well, we've got like a minute left, yeah. We kind of conflicted. We said, we good. That's a good expression, we good. Yeah, it means we're at peace or whatever. Yeah, one more, what else do you want to say? Last thing, go for it.
Can it be from here?
Yeah, please, don't get it.
Another thing that I wanted to say, it doesn't have to do with medical stuff or anything.
All right.
But when we try to make, let's say I like doing recipes, right?
Oh, yeah.
And I think that to do a good recipe, you have to first listen to what the video says.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you check YouTube, you have to look at first how the video tells you, because you have to follow the steps.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't do the steps, you're not gonna get the recipe correctly. But that's basically for baking. But I think cooking is like it's less strict.
Baking is a little bit more strict,
Yeah.
more opportunity to mess up.
Yeah,
baking.
so, but then sometimes people get frustrated because probably they don't get the recipe right. Probably they're not listening correctly to the instructions. So yeah.
That's a great transition, because Unit 5, the week after next, it's all about food. You guys are going to share a recipe for your next speaking test. Hey, wait. Y'all, it's lunchtime, but do not forget that your homework is still available until Sunday night, okay? It's still available until Sunday night, okay? I'll try to update grade link. Lunchtime, you guys. Very good.
Alex, today we have quiz.
Oh yeah.
Oh, 2 accounts. whole time, absolutely. All we're gonna do is presentations here. Of course, it's a possibility, and I may have recorded the one you didn't do, right? That's possible. I know what you're talking about here. I may have recorded the. No. Reassigned some of this.
Ay, mi celular, güey, está ahí tirado.
Okay.
Probably dice Elizabeth. I'm homeless now.
Ay, mi cargador.
I'll take it. I'll play it.
Oh my God. No way. No way. Oh, Jesús. Thank you. Ay, gracias.
Gracias.
What's up?
Con los créditos, ¿Quién te está? A ver, esto está aquí. ¿Quién está ahí? Nadie, ya se fue. Ya se fue.
New interface.
Tú escoges.
Oh, yeah. No class on Monday, you guys.
Por eso me acordé que estaba
Let's see.
Poner aquí.
La otra.
Porque
mi otra amiga Juliana es también de Colombia.
¿Ah, sí?
Y yo
Pero desde acá.
estuve acá 4 horas esta noche. Juliana. La blanquita alta. Ajá.
Pero desde los años. Ella vivía en la casa.
No, I just didn't acknowledge that, like, you know, I mean, you frankly could be okay, it should be available now through the weekend, all right? Yeah, no.
Según yo estaba en la noche. Nos desconectamos cuando ella está.
Desde abril ella se fue. Porque yo desde abril entré en esa.
I had to do a certification for reason before. Yeah. experience with it was 25 years ago, so it's probably changed a little bit. But I found them very helpful. I was just had zero experience as